We're going to be talking all about grow lights, and I have a lot of grow lights. I think overall I have over 30. I didn't count them, but I have a lot. I'll be taking you through my grow light collection, and I'll talk a little bit about each brand, what I like about them, and in particular, what I don't like about them. Hi, my name is Matt, and if you are wondering why you should listen to me when it comes to this topic, well, it's easy. I am a small YouTube channel, and I am not affiliated or sponsored by any of these brands. Now, I'm not saying that just because somebody is affiliated with a company that instantly means that they are lying. However, when a plant influencer or when plant influencers in general talk about grow lights or talk about products they like, and then I see like an affiliate link in the description below, or it's a sponsored video, I'm always just like a little bit suspicious. Like, I definitely trust that they like the product, but there's just always that little small part of me that's like, but are you telling the whole truth? Because obviously when big companies pay for sponsorships, they don't want somebody to talk smack about their products, right? But that is exactly what I will be doing today, because listen, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I bought all of these grow lights with my own hard-earned cash. So I have the right to talk about them and spill the tea on them. And that is why you can trust me, because I will be spilling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I hope you will enjoy this video. Grab yourself a cozy little cup of tea and let's get to spilling, okay? I have 4 grow light brands, and I also do want to preface this by saying that none of these grow lights that I'm going to be talking about today are like professional grade. You know, all of these grow lights are fine. Like, they will do well for your plants. So whichever you choose, if you buy any of these or if you have any of these, like for your normal regular houseplants that you can buy at any kind of store, those will be fine, okay? Most of our houseplants are cultivated specifically for the indoor hobby because they are quite low light tolerant plants. Usually they live at the bottom of the jungle forests, so they usually don't receive too much direct light, and even if they do receive light or direct sunlight, it's oftentimes dappled sunlight. So that's why for like your regular houseplants, if you just want to keep them alive and keep them looking kind of nice, like any kind of grow light will do. Obviously, if you want your plants to like thrive and be amazing and get to like a flowering stage, for example, if you want to get a monstera to a flowering stage, yeah, you will need a lot better grow lights than these. Probably none of these will get you those like amazing results. So I just wanted to say that at the beginning of this video, because I know somebody's gonna be out there talking about some expensive ass, professional ass grow lights. Those are not the ones I'm talking about, okay? Those are amazing. I'm sure they're great, but oftentimes they are ugly. And I want grow lights that actually fit my space, fit my aesthetic. I'm not here for tent growing or having like a designated room that's only for plants. No, I want to have plants in my space. I want them to be a part of my decoration. And that's why aesthetics is very important to me when it comes to grow lights. So just wanted to put that out there. Professional grow lights and these, like, I won't say cheap because not all of them are cheap, but like regular grow lights for us regular houseplant girlies. For us regular houseplant girlies, those grow lights are gonna be fine. If you want to know more about like really high grade professional level grow lights, I recommend you actually look up what cannabis growers are doing, because the cannabis girlies, they got it down, okay? Their setups are absolutely next level. It's crazy, but that is not what I'm here for. I just want to have cute plants in my cute space. I basically just don't want them to die. And all of these grow lights will make sure that my plants won't be dying. Anyway, let's start with the first grow light brand, which is the brand that I have the most grow lights of, and that is my Barrina grow lights. So on this video shelf, if you've seen my video where we restyled the video shelf, I changed all of the lighting on the shelf to be Barrina lights. So they are the 3-foot yellow colored Barrina lights, and I love them. I also have the 1-foot option, which are great, and I love that Barrina comes in like a 1-foot option, 2-foot option, 3-foot option, and 4-foot option. And another thing that I love about Barrina is that they now come in a black version, which is so sleek and so chic. I mean, you guys always see my shelf in my videos. It looks amazing. I absolutely love it. I love the light that these lights provide. It is aesthetically very, very pleasing, which brings me to my first point, and that is that these lights are very minimal. They are just like a thin strip. They're not obstructive, they're not bulky, they aren't like harsh to look at. They have a very, very nice color temperature. Now, personally, these come in yellow or white. The yellow is 3000 kelvins and the white is 5000 kelvins, and I wish they had another version that came at like 350 or 400 kelvins, because while the white light is very, very white, like that one is just, it's giving hospital vibes, if I'm being honest. And I want my space to be cozy. And if you want to make a space more cozy, you definitely need to lean more warm with your lighting. So in general, 3000 would be really, really great for like one lamp. But when you have a lot of lamps, it's a little bit too yellow in my opinion. Like, I wish they were just a bit cooler. So that is kind of my con number one. Then my con number two with these lights is that the connecting cables are very, very short. So you can definitely connect them like when they are on the same shelf, but if you need to connect them between different levels, it is a lot harder. Now, I do believe that Barrina does sell like longer separate cords, but it's just kind of like a hassle. Like, why wouldn't you just include, for example, 2 long cords and 2 short cords? I think that would be really, really great. But these lights are linkable, which is amazing. So you can have one power plug, and I believe with the 8 or with the 3-foot option, you can have up to 8 pieces of Barrina lights connected to one another. So that means that 8 lights can run on just one plug, which is so amazing because it saves up so much on like just space. It makes cable management a lot easier. And I believe the 1-foot and the 2-foot version can even go up to like 16 pieces being linked together. So that is something that I absolutely love about Barrina. And you can either link them with the cable, or you can even like interlock them together so that there is no cable and it's just like one sleek line, which I love the look of that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that on my video shelf because I do have different levels. So on my video shelf, I do have them connected via cables, but I don't mind it. I mean, it looks freaking amazing. So sleek, so chic. Again, absolutely love the look and design of these lights. And also, every single light in a linked chain has the ability to be individually turned on or off, which is really, really great. Now, when it comes to the light itself and what it does for the plants, honestly, I'm not an expert, okay? I don't really know the things about like PPI or PPF or whatever they're called, all the PPs. I don't know about the peepees, okay? And to me, honestly, that doesn't even matter. Like, I let the plants tell me if they like the light or not. If a plant is growing, if it's doing well under the lights, I'm happy. Like, I do not care about what a light meter says or anything else. And honestly, the plants under these Barrina lights have been doing really, really well. Now again, like I mentioned in my intro, obviously these aren't the brightest lights. These aren't like the most efficient light. But for my houseplants, which are usually just regular aeroids, I don't have anything like super expensive or crazy rare. And for most of my plants, these lights have been really, really good. I don't think you can grow like cacti and succulents successfully under those lights. I do think they are a bit too weak for that. But for regular aeroids, I even found that they may be a little bit too bright. And that's something that you have to go through with every single grow light. It's kind of that trial and error of finding that sweet spot where your plant gets enough light, but doesn't get too much light, because obviously too much light can lead to burning and bleaching, which is also not really good. But too little light leads to the plant probably not growing, rotting, etc. So I think with every grow light, that is kind of the hardest part, to just find that sweet spot. And I find that the sweet spot is very, very tiny. Like there is a lot of space for error, let's just say that. But honestly, it's all just trial and error. And for me, so far, I've had this set up for I think it's been a month and a half, and honestly, I have seen so much amazing growth on all of my plants. They are constantly growing. Granted, we are in the growing season, but I still really like what these plants are providing for, or what I still really like what these grow lights are providing for my plants. And also, I forgot to mention, but the 3-foot version is 16 watts, I believe. And obviously, LEDs consume a lot less energy, but on the whole, with all of my grow lights running, I would say that I spend maybe 20 to 30 more euros on my electricity bill each month. But honestly, I don't mind it. I kind of view it as like a subscription service in order to keep my plants happy and healthy. And honestly, I probably could grow some of my plants without grow lights, like the ones that are under grow lights right now. Some of them could definitely do without them, but I still want my plants to do well and hopefully thrive. So that's why I don't mind paying just like a little bit extra cash to see them successful. Now, one thing that I don't like about these grow lights, and this is such a minor thing, but this is something that I feel like nobody ever talks about. And I don't know if this is like a manufacturing issue, or if it's just my house, or if it's just, you know, the fact that I have EU plugs, because obviously EU, UK, US, all of those like electricities are a bit different. But for me, these Barrina grow lights, when you turn them off, they don't completely turn off. Like the LEDs are just gonna be very dimly lit. And I don't know, it just kind of, it annoys me. I mean, I think that just goes to show you that it's cheaply made and that there is some kind of like current leak in the Barrina lights. Now, obviously that is such a minor thing. Like it doesn't affect the plants, it doesn't affect your electricity bill, but I don't know, it just kind of, it always makes me feel a little bit sus that something's gonna go wrong and that, I don't know, my house is gonna go up in flames. And definitely whenever I leave my house for like longer periods of time, I make sure that these are unplugged, because I don't know, just something about them doesn't feel safe and secure to me. I'm sure they are. I'm pretty sure that I haven't heard of anybody having like any fire issues with these lights, but I don't want to be the first one, so I'll just keep on being safe. Better safe than sorry. But of course, that brings me to another point, and that is that these lights are very cheap and very accessible. And obviously, with cheap lights, especially when they're produced or mass produced in China, it's not gonna be the best light. It's not gonna be the best quality. And it's kind of like you get what you pay for. Now, I will say that I do think all grow lights are just a little bit overpriced, because at the end of the day, it's just a strip of LED lights in a housing. So I do feel like in general, there is a price markup when you buy grow lights, because for example, if you were to buy like normal shop lights that had pretty much the same LED board, it would probably be cheaper. But it is what it is. I do love these grow lights, and I definitely love how they transformed my space, my vid show setup. And like I said, my plants like them. I like them in my space. I wish they were just a little bit cooler, and I wish that they would completely turn off when I turn them off. But other than that, I really don't have any major issues with these lights. I really like them. And for that, I think I'm gonna give the Barrinas a 4 out of 5. I think that is a pretty good score, and I think that these lights are definitely accessible. They're cheap, which is great. Are they gonna last a lifetime? Probably not, but so far so good. I haven't had any issues. I had the 1-foot option for a bit longer now, probably like half a year, and again, no issues with those. So fingers crossed. I know a lot of plant people have these lights, and I don't hear a lot of complaints. So if you are thinking about picking up the Barrina grow lights, I definitely recommend them, but just don't expect anything mind-blowing. That's about it. Next up, we're gonna be talking about a brand that is actually quite new to me. This is a grow light that I have only had for a short amount of time, but honestly, so far, I love it. And that is the Grow Gang Pianta Grow Bulb. I've had this grow light for a couple of months, and I specifically bought it for my variegated Monstera, because that Monstera just, it didn't have a good spot where it was getting a good enough light, and I saw saw that the leaves were drastically decreasing in size, and I just knew that she needed more light. Like, I knew it wasn't a repotting issue, I knew it wasn't a watering issue, I knew she needed more light. So I bought that light. Honestly, on a whim. I saw it on Amazon. I Googled it. I saw that Emma from Good Growing has one, and she made also a grow light review, and she talked fondly about that brand. So I was like, okay, might as well try it. It's 18 watts. I love the color temperature. It is 350 Kelvin, that sweet range where it's warm, but it's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's just, it's perfect. It looks so amazing. And my God, I am so impressed by that light. Like, my Monstera is pushing leaf after leaf after leaf under that light. Now, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but I don't think so, because even back when this Monstera was living in my east-facing window and getting a lot of light, she wasn't growing at the speed that she is growing at right now. And I am happy to report that I am seeing some size up in her leaves, and she's getting back to her mature form. Like, she's getting some fenestrations again, which I'm very happy about. So I would say that that grow light performs really well. Now, obviously, unfortunately, since I only grew that Monstera under it, I can't say for sure that it's amazing. I definitely need to grow a couple more plants under it to really figure out if it's good or not. And I have been planning on putting it in another corner of my space that I just feel like could get a little bit more light. So if I end up getting another one of those bulbs, I will definitely let you know. But so far, honestly, I freaking love them. They are not expensive. I think it was 32 euros or something, and I had a bit of a sale, which is great. Super easy to install. They look really sleek. For example, with the Sansi bulbs, which we're gonna get to in a bit, the Sansi bulbs just look a little bit ugly, and this one is really sleek, really minimal. I really like the design of it. Now, on the website, they talk about how it's Samsung LEDs or whatnot, and honestly, to me, a lot of these grow lights are just all talk and all marketing. So I honestly never even read the stuff that they put on their websites or the stuff that they claim, because obviously you're gonna say that your grow lights are the best. And my favorite advertisement is when they put a picture of two similar grow lights, and then they're the competitor, it's garbage, does nothing, and then their grow light is 200 times better. Your plants are gonna be lush, growing like crazy. And I'm like, girl, I hope your marketing team is paid well. So for me personally, I always ignore the marketing and whatever the company tries to sell me, because most of the time, let me be the judge. Let me be the judge if it's really good. But in the case of the Pianta grow light or grow bulb, I do have to say I really like it. I really like it. Now, obviously, it's just a grow bulb, so you do need some kind of lamp, some kind of socket. I just bought a socket that you can drill into your ceiling from Amazon, which is also very cheap. And I love it. I love it. Again, I don't know about the longevity of this light because I've only had it for such a short time, but again, so far I really love it, and I don't have anything bad to say about it, if I'm being completely honest. I love the color temperature. My plants seem to love it. It's a bright light. It really is bright, but it's not overpowering to the eye. It looks nice and aesthetic in a space. So for me, I would say that the Pianta grow lights, I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 5. I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 5, but okay, no, I'm gonna give them a 4.5 out of 5, just because to me, a product that's 5 out of 5 needs to be just, I don't know, it needs to blow my socks away, okay? And this product, while I love it, I really do love it, it hasn't blown my socks away. So I will say 4.5 out of 5 is more than generous, if you're asking me. Also, again, I love that they come in two different colorways. There is the black version and the white one. And I know that the brand, the Grow Gang the Grow Gang brand, that was so hard to say, I don't know why. Anyway, the Grow Gang I said it again. The Grow Gang brand actually has like a new or recently new pendant light that's very similar to the Soltech ones. And I do want to try that one, but unfortunately it's not yet available in the EU. It is a UK shop, but hopefully it will come here because it is a lot more affordable than Soltech, but it's basically the same design. And since I am mentioning Soltech, that is actually a brand that I want to try out, but unfortunately they're not shipping to Croatia, and even if they were, I probably wouldn't be able to afford it because the shipping would be crazy expensive. I heard a lot of good things, but I do want to test it out myself one day and see if it is all marketing. I am really curious about that one, but that grow light does look really pretty. Next up, we're gonna be talking about Sansi, and Sansi, good old Sansi, love him. That was the first grow light that I have ever bought. I have a couple 15-watt versions. I have a 36-watt version. I had 10-watt versions. They all work great. Now I will say Sansi lights are the only that I had to replace thus far. One of my 15-watt grow lights did bust. So I will say that, but other than that, I feel like Sansi is so good. They are very affordable. For some reason, they are a lot more expensive over here in the EU than they are in the US, which is like why it's the same freaking thing. It's all shipped from China, but oh well. But I do love them. They are a bit more cooler. I think their color temperature ranges somewhere between 4,000 kelvins and I don't think it's 5,000 kelvins. I would say it's 4, maybe 450. But I like the color temperature. I know for some people it's a little bit too cool. For me, I like it. I don't mind it. Like it's not like awful. So for me, the color temperature is great. Price point, again, really affordable. And again, it comes in a bulb format, which is great because you can put it in any single lamp. You can put it in any single light fixture, which is amazing. And my plants seem to love them. Right now, I have the 15-watt version that is supporting my Alocasia Regal Shields. She grows, she's growing well. She's obviously not like sizing up massively because that is only 15-watt grow light, but she grows well under it. She constantly gives me new leaves. She's not dying back. So for me, that is good enough. And then my 36-watt one I'm using for my Bird of Paradise, which you could have actually seen if you watched my previous video, which was like my perfect plant collection. And in that video, I talked also about that grow light and how that plant is only supported by that grow light. And if you know anything about Bird of Paradise, you know that those plants love sun. Like they love a lot of light. And I'm happy to say that it seems like the 36-watt light is providing more than enough light for that plant. She is constantly growing, sizing up her leaves, looking stunning. So I really just can't say anything too bad about Sansi. And also that 36-watt light is bright. Like it is, whoo, I cannot. Like that is one of those lights I would definitely not recommend to keep that light in like an open kind of fixture. Like it needs something that covers like the edges at least, because it is very bright. And sometimes if I look directly into it, it's blinding. Okay, so that light is very bright, but my plants love it. My plants really love it. Now from an aesthetics point of view, they're, like I mentioned with the Grow Gang Pianta lights, I do prefer the look of that one. These are just kind of like a little bit, I don't know, a little bit too spaceshipy for me, I guess I will say, but they work well. And I really don't have a lot of complaints about the Sansi grow lights. So I would say the Sansi also get a 4 out of 5. I think that's a good rating. I definitely would deduct a point just because I don't think these are gonna like last you for years and years on end. But I think they're great. I think they're great. They're easily replaceable. Again, you do need a light fixture, obviously, for them to work, which can be like, it can be a good thing because then you can kind of customize your light and it doesn't look like a grow light, but it can also be a bad thing because obviously then it costs a bit more money. But overall, I do like the Sansi grow lights. Now, I saved the most spicy one for last, and this one might ruffle some feathers. This one might make some people upset because this is a brand that is very, very, very market heavy. This is a brand that all the influencers are talking about and all the influencers have codes for, and that is, of course, I'm talking about none other than Mother herself. And I have so many just with those lights. Okay, I have 3 Mother grow lights, the Plantspectrum. Okay, so those 3 grow lights combined costed me 640 euros. Just let that set in. 640 euros. That is insanity. My whole video setup with all of these Barrina lights, I think wasn't even half of that. Maybe it was like around 300, but it was significantly cheaper than those three grow lights. 3 grow lights. It is just a LED board in a aluminum casing. That's it. And it costs an arm and a leg. And now, why is it 640, you might ask? Because when I bought my first one, it was actually only 200. It was 200 euros. But then when I bought my second and third one, they bumped up the price to 220. And now it's 220. And now they have the new light, which is like the life spectrum or whatever, which costs 300 euro. Oh my God, I can't. This brand makes me so mad because it is so opportunistic. It is. I just don't like this brand. I don't like this brand. I'm gonna say it right off the bat. I don't care how good of a grow light this is. I don't care how many influencers use them. I almost dropped my mic. I use them. I still use them. And I like the light output. My plants grow fine under them. The light temperature is fine. It's a little bit more cooler, but dear God, the price? Are you kidding me? If you want all of those extra accessories, you have to pay for every single accessory. For example, when it comes to their like new linear light, they have obviously the linear light themselves, and then they have some kind of like stand that makes it a little bit higher, like by what, maybe 10 centimeters? And you have to buy that separately for, I believe, like 50 euros. That is insanity. That should be included because it costs $300. And oh my God, it just makes me mad. It just makes me mad because I get it. It's like, is it made? I know it's a Belgian company. I don't know if it's made in EU. I would hope so. So I get it. Okay, you're paying your workers a livable wage. You want to keep like a good production value. Good, great. Like the product itself is good, but like it's still too expensive. I'm sorry. Like for the Plantspectrum, I would say like $100, $100 at most, and like it's not anything like special. It's not anything amazing. Like it's not some kind of like super unique design. It's like it's a tube. It's literally a freaking tube. And speaking of the design, whoever decided to design this tube, it's a thin light, and then not make a proper stand for it, should be jailed, should be fired, should be sent to the moon, because it just makes me so mad how unstable and how wobbly this light is. Like you can just briefly, like even if you just like tap this light a little bit, it'll just wobble all over the place. Like the amount of times I have knocked this thing over. Now, thankfully, it hasn't broken because it is an aluminum casing, but still, come on. You're telling me that for 220 euros, you couldn't make a stand that is weighted, that has some heft to it, that won't just, oh, it makes me so mad. It makes me unreasonably mad, okay? It's just, that fact alone makes me so freaking mad. I can't get over it. I really, really can't get over it because it's just such a poor design choice. Like that stand does nothing. And obviously you can have it mounted like on the ceiling and whatever, which you have to pay, or you have to buy separate accessories if you want to have it like hanging. So stupid. But I don't know, like your plants need to be very, very close up to the light in order to actually like grow and receive some benefit from those lights. So they're not even that great of a grow light. Like, I don't think my plants under those grow lights grew any better than they do under the Barrinas, if I'm being honest. If I'm being completely honest, I think maybe even my plants under the Barrina lights grow even better than under the Mother light, if I'm being completely honest. They are great for, obviously, the verticality and for growing plants up moss poles. I think for that kind of setup, they are absolutely amazing. But I don't know. It just makes me mad. It just makes me mad because it's a good product. I want to support something that's made ethically. I do like the fact that you can just like exchange the board, like the aluminum casing. You can open it, is replaceable, the LED board. And I think the LED board itself is only 50 euros. So I guess that's a saving grace. And it does have like a pretty good warranty, I believe. So those are good things, but I just cannot get behind the design, especially not for that price. Like, it just costs way too much. And in my opinion, okay, they put out the new plant linear model, whatever, which is like improved or whatever, but why don't they drop the price on the Plantspectrum then? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, clearly you have a better version. Why not just drop the price of the older one? It's just, I don't know. It makes me unreasonably mad, and it makes me upset because there are so many influencers, there are so many people talking about these lights and promoting them as like the holy grail of like grow lights, when in fact they are just okay. Like, at growing plants, the thing that they're supposed to do, they're just okay. They're nothing amazing. They really, really aren't anything amazing. Your plant really needs to be up close and personal to that grow light if you want it to grow and thrive. And it rubs me the wrong way. And I don't want you guys to spend your hard-earned cash on products that just don't cut it. Like, just get the Barrinas. Get the Barrinas. I haven't tried the Barrinas vertical light. I would love to try those. But honestly, I think those will be just as good as the Mother one. And yeah, I will say the Mother one, yeah, it looks pretty, it looks chic, sure, but at what price? At what price? So for me, this is obviously personal. If you love the Mother light, by all means. If you think the price is justified, by all means. I don't think the price is justified because I live in a country where 200 euros is probably like a quarter of somebody's paycheck. Yeah, so to me, it's just not justifiable. And for that reason, I will say that I give the Mother grow lights a 2 out of 5 rating. I will give them those 2 stars just for the fact that they are trying to be like a good company, I suppose. But like, the materials are good and it is like a sturdy build, which needs to be sturdy because you will drop this thing a million times. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit rambly, but I do really hope you got something out of it. If you are considering buying new grow lights, I hope this helps you. And let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on these grow lights that I mentioned? Do you have any? Do you have any pros or cons for them? And if you have any grow lights that I should maybe try out or that you really like, I would also love to hear about those. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the notification button so you're notified about every new video. I hope you have a super amazing, fabulous day, and goodbye!